Hi, this is Thomas Wood at Microquant. Today we're going to be taking a look at the gold market and more specifically a 60-minute trend line I identified earlier this morning and now have been watching for resistance. We all know that gold likes to run trend lines, and what I mean by that is when it breaks through a trend line, oftentimes it will really start to move in one direction or the other. For example, the other day you can see here on the 60-minute chart, this was on Friday, we broke through this trend line. Earlier on in the day, we had the news announcement. Non-farm payroll retested the trend line and then immediately took off and rallied quite a bit. And it's done this, gold is famous for doing this. It does it all the time, running trend lines both up and down. So now what I'm looking to do is I've identified a fairly well-defined trend line coming across these highs on the hourly chart. And what I'll be waiting for is for crude oil to potentially break through this. Now, once it breaks through, in order for it to be a successful breakout, it should never come back below the resistance, which would then become support. Once it's broken through the resistance then becomes your new support level. So you can either trade it on the breakout, meaning you have a limit right outside of the resistance level, or right outside that trend line to go long. As soon as it's hit, you place a stop loss right inside the trend line. The other option is you wait for the retest, similar to what we had on Friday, where we broke through, went above, and then retested before rallying up quite a bit. Now, the retest does not always happen, but it can save you from getting stopped out. For example, on Friday, it came right back down, retested it, and rallied, and you would have been stopped out if you had taken the initial long. The other thing that you got to keep in mind is you want to see follow through. So within 3 or 4 bars, you really want to see that market start moving in the direction of the breakout. If it doesn't do that, then a lot of times it's a false breakout and it will quickly pull back and retrace, come right back underneath that support and then continue on in the downward direction. So keep an eye on gold, watch for the trend line breaks, and that's all I got for today. So until next time, happy trading.